I'm Chelsea Hopkins. I'm from Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm a 30-year-old professional basketball player. I kind of just grew up in the gym. My dad, Tony Hopkins, he was a high school basketball coach here in the Vegas area for about 25 years. So just kind of being his daughter, you couldn't help but be in the gym. I was there since probably 5 years old, just watching him practice, following his guys around, kind of emulating them. And that's where I developed my love for basketball. So I went to Mojave High School, class of 2008, that's in North Las Vegas. Right out of high school, I actually signed to Duke University, 2008 to 2010. I played 2 seasons there. I ended up suffering some injuries, a couple of knee surgeries consecutively, and I decided to transfer back to the West Coast. So I ended up at San Diego State. I had a redshirt season there and 2 actual seasons of playing, where I was able to kind of bounce back, get healthy, get my game back, and I had a really successful career there. After leaving San Diego State, I did go undrafted in 2013, but I was fortunate enough to be picked up by the San Antonio Silver Stars. So I made my WNBA debut that summer. Since then, I bounced around. I played for Atlanta, played for Chicago, played for New York. It's really tough to stick in that league, with it just being so few teams and so few players, 12 teams, 12 players each team. So it's a very tough league to get into, but I did what I could, and I've been making a name for myself overseas pretty much ever since. I've been playing 7 seasons, going on 8 in Israel. Kind of started at a bottom team, worked my way up to the top, and I'm excited for season 8 coming up pretty soon. Sneakers and basketball kind of go hand in hand. Honestly, that's where I developed my love for the shoe game. I remember being in high school, you're watching Michael Jordan and you're seeing all these players on TV and just how they're all decked out in their gear. My favorite player at the time in high school was Allen Iverson. And I remember just having the headband, the finger band, every single thing, the sleeve, pretty much just from head to toe in Iverson gear. And, I just thought how cool he looked. And, just when you're a kid, you want to do what these guys do and you want to look like them. So that's when I started grabbing the Jordans and the Iversons and the Kobes. So definitely think that that culture, just watching those players and then seeing their swag on the court and off the court, it pretty much goes hand in hand. Actually had to bring one of my favorites, so let me find it. This is the one, guys. Okay, so although LeBron James is the greatest player of all time and my favorite player of all time, I do not wear his shoes, unfortunately, on the basketball court. Just me being smaller, and his shoes are bigger and bulkier. He's 250. 6'8", like his shoe is just for a massive man, and I'm a small woman, so my go-to basketball shoe has always been Kobe's. So my favorite silhouettes are the 4s, the 5s, and the 6s. 10s and 11s, probably those are close, but my favorite silhouette is the 5s. And I brought a player exclusive today. These didn't come out. They actually were given to the college girls this year. It's the K-Yow edition for the pink breast cancer game. So coming from San Diego State, shout out to San Diego State. They know I still play overseas. They support me. They look out me being an alumni, and they hook me up with pairs. So I haven't had a chance to wear these yet, but I definitely will. They didn't drop in stores, so I like to have some exclusive stuff every now and then. But this is the shoe, so I'll probably bust it out this season. My team colors overseas are actually Laker colors, so we'll be purple and gold this year. So maybe I'll have to debut the K-Yows when I'm out there. Kobe 5, player exclusive. Okay. Well, my first pair of shoes, which is my all-time favorite shoe and grail, are the Jordan 10 Violets, Violet 10s. They're gray, they're purple. Purple is my favorite color ever. So that was the shoe that got me started. And the reason why was because my grandma bought me that shoe. I remember being in 10th grade. I begged my parents for that shoe. They didn't want to buy it, but I could always count on grandma. So she came through with the shoe, and she's no longer with us. So rest in peace, grandma. But she's the one that started my love for sneakers. She bought me those 10s, and I just haven't looked back. That is probably my most sentimental shoe for sure. But I wanted to show you guys a shoe that means a lot to me only because of who the shoe supposedly is for. So I brought my favorite, even though I'm a basketball player, my favorite athlete of all time is Serena Williams. So that's my girl. I'm not a huge Blazer person, but I'm a Nike person. And when Nike dropped these in honor of my girl, the Serena Blazers, I had to get them. It was the only way. So Serena, shout out to you for being the GOAT. I really look up to you, admire you. And, I'm all about women and empowerment. And you've just always been a great role model for me. Just doing it big and fighting through a lot of adversity and stuff like that. So I respect that. So I haven't broke these out yet, but I will one day. I actually have another pair of Jordan 1s, the Serena ones, that I got signed by Serena. My friend knows Serena, or knows people that know her, and I actually got a pair signed for her, but that's displayed in my closet, so that's for another day. But for now, these Serena Blazers, one of my favorite in the collection. So hope to bust it out pretty soon. I think women sneakerheads are getting more representation now. And I really appreciate that Jordan Brand has, took a liking to Alayli, people like that, giving them collaborations, sponsoring women. Maya Moore was the first female women's basketball player or female athlete, period, to have a Jordan contract. So she got signed, and now other girls have followed suit. So Kia Nurse has a contract now. So I think that women are not as represented as they could be, because there's a lot of female sneakerheads with dope collections. I follow some on Instagram as well. But, I'm happy that we're making progress, and I'm happy that women are starting to be recognized because, we love shoes too. So people need to know that, we're out here getting the kicks as well. So I have all the women's shoes. Yeah, and they are doing more women's collabs, which I think are dope. But it's funny that you say that because I've been a sneakerhead for a long time, like we talked about, since, 2006 at least. So 15 years in the game or so. But even when we were in college and I transferred to San Diego State, Kawhi Leonard was there, Jamal Franklin was there. All these guys are on Nice Kicks, college edition, pretty much every single month, being recognized for their shoe. And people didn't know that on the women's side that I'm really killing all those guys. And I laugh with them because they're like, no, you don't have the best collection. But every game I'm wearing a different pair of shoes too. So our colors were red, black, and white. And from the 10s, the 11s, the 2s, I'm wearing all those sneakers just like they are. I never pretty much wore the same shoe 2 games in a row. And people had no idea that there's women out there getting it. So I think it's funny because, I've kind of been in competition with a lot of my brothers since San Diego State, and how we used to just come with the kicks on court every single game.
That's huge, man. You have people in that.
Best advice I could always give to any sneakerhead is wear what you like. Like, there's a lot of hype stuff, and I love the hype stuff as well, so I'm not going to tell people not to get that, but sometimes that stuff's not even really attainable. So it doesn't mean that you're not a sneakerhead because you don't have the Travis Scotts, or you don't have the high profile shoes that everybody's trying to get, the off-whites. But wear what you like. Like, my collection started with a couple pair of Jordans, but I'm heavy into Air Force Ones. I'm heavy into Air Max Ones. Those are 2 of my very favorite silhouettes. And my style has changed a lot. Like, I remember in college, I used to pretty much wear anything Jordan, all the numbers that you can think of, 14s, a lot of the different silhouettes. But now I'm mostly sticking to what I know the best, and that's pretty much Jordan 1s, Air Max 1s, and Air Force 1s. So I always just advise collectors to get what you like, and make sure it's cool to you. It doesn't have to be cool to everybody else. Okay. So I brought this shoe because it does have a little bit of a story. I turned 30 last month. So my birthday is July 2nd. Shout out to all the cancers. And I just always do it big on my birthday. One thing about me is I don't wait for people to get me gifts. Like, I'm gonna gift myself. So this was the major purchase that I made on my birthday. It's a crazy shoe. It is the Travis Scott Nike Dunk SB. And I spent a lot of money on it. I'm kind of embarrassed to say, but it was my birthday gift. So, you know, you spare no expense on your birthday, especially a milestone birthday, turning 30. So this is my treat to myself. I chose these over the Chunky Dunkies just because I thought the quality in the materials was a lot better. Like, I love the suede toe box, the suede tongue, the different sets of laces, the tweed and the pink on the inner. So just a dope shoe. Glad I have it in the collection. I haven't worn it yet, but this was my 30th birthday gift, and that's how I'm gonna remember it. Like I told you, sticking to my roots and to my top 3 favorite silhouettes. That's the Jordan 1 is my favorite Jordan of all time. My favorite Jordan of all time is actually the Jordan 1 Bread colorway. Classic colorway, have 2 pairs, definitely have to have those in the collection. But for now, I'm gonna show you guys one of my favorite pickups that I got within this year. And that's the Jordan 1 Union collaboration. This shoe is incredible. They made a blue pair, they also made a black pair. I have that one too. But just the quality, the execution, this shoe's dope, man. I'm happy to have the set, you know, in my collection, and it was just very well executed. The quality in the materials are A1, so have to definitely rank this probably in my top 10 shoes in my closet. All right, continuing with the Jordan theme. I told you I used to wear everything when I was in college, but now I kind of limit myself to mostly Jordan 1s. But 2 of my other favorite and top silhouettes are the Jordan 3 and the Jordan 4. So I brought my favorite pair of 4s today. These are kind of exclusive. Not a lot of people have them. People have been waiting on the retro. But this is just a dope pair. Brought the Jordan 4 Lightnings out. I believe these dropped in 06. I didn't get them when they first dropped, but as I became a collector and as I got older and had my own money and I could buy my own shoes, my parents couldn't stop me. I had to add these. So I picked these up, I want to say probably like 7 years ago, and they've been in the closet ever since. I actually took team pictures in these overseas last season, and I, you know, shut the photo shoot down. So Lightning 4s. So sticking with what you like I gave the advice to sneakerheads. I'm heavy in the Air Max 1s. I have a good decent amount of shoes that I really like, and this is one of my favorites. I actually picked this up in Israel. Shout out to Ohad Sneaker Box. He's always holding it down since I've been out there playing. But Air Max 1 Master, got these. Definitely one of the favorites in the collection. I think it's dope that it has just animal print, which I love animal print anything. So animal print and all these different types of print going across the midsole. Just a dope shoe for the collection, all black. Air Max 1 fans, this is a must-have. So speaking of classics, you always have to have Air Force 1 in the collection. I love Air Force 1s, but I only really like the low top, so I don't really have any highs or any mids. But you just can't go wrong with the silhouette. It's classic, it's Nike. And if you know me, you know I love anything pink or anything purple. So I had to show the clots. This was a crazy release. They came in white, black, blue, and rose gold. This is the rose gold colorway. But it's just a dope shoe, man. You see the material on the top, it actually peels away, and there's an underlayer on it, but I hope to keep mine just like this. It's amazing, very well executed. I'm an Air Force 1 junkie, like I told you, especially on the low top, so I really appreciate this shoe. I'm glad I have it in the collection. The sneaker culture has been very good to me for over a decade. Huge fan of shoes and just how much happiness they bring. They're definitely a hobby for me, but they actually bring me a lot of joy. Just, you know, sometimes the hunt of finding something that you've been looking for and finally obtaining it. Like, there's really not too many better feelings in the world. So I'm happy that, you know, Jordan and Nike appeal to the people that love fashion, that love kicks. And, you know, I'm proud to be a part of the culture. Like I said before, wear what you like. That's the biggest thing. Rock what you like, rock it with confidence, rock it with style. And you can't go wrong. Shout out to Goody Two Shoes. I appreciate y'all having me. Let's do this again sometimes.